Hello everyone, and welcome to another Pyro Gaming video. As you guys know, I don't do gunsmith inventory videos each and every week. Instead, I only do them when the gunsmith is selling something good. Likewise, with the weekly vendor weapon refresh, I used to do those every week, but now I will only be doing those videos if one of the vendors is selling something that is an absolute must-have. And this week, we have both of those. We have some weapons at the gunsmith, and we have some weapons at the vendors. Let's start with the gunsmith. So the gunsmith this week is selling two of my favorite gunsmith weapons. One of them is the Cocytus SR4 high-impact scout rifle. Now, I actually have a Cocytus SR4 on all three of my characters with this exact same role. The role that I have is Firefly, Hand-Laid Stock, and Icarus, with Icarus being kind of a wasted perk. I would much rather have something like Triple Tap here. And for sight options, we also have the Impulse MS2, which is the ranged combat scope, which is my favorite scope slash sight for this particular weapon. The high-impact scout rifles I view as mini snipers, and because of that, I like to play them as such. So having a ranged scope, plus having something like hand-laid stock that's going to give you really good stability to land those long-range shots, makes this weapon very fun to use. Now, don't be turned off by the 12-round magazine on the Cocytus SR4. Even though it does not have a very large magazine, you can still do a ton of damage with those 12 rounds. And in addition to that, the reload speed on this thing is not atrocious, so the 12-round magazine, honestly, does not come into play. That being said, though, I would love to have something like Triple Tap here, just to extend that out to maybe 16, 17 rounds if you can land all of your precisions. The last thing that I'm going to say about this, guys, is Firefly is very fun on this particular scout rifle. It's hard to explain. I know Firefly is Firefly, but on this particular scout, Firefly feels very, very good. So if you have a chance to pick up a Firefly hand-laid stock Cocytus SR4, don't pass on it. So the other weapon that the gunsmith has this week is one that I talked about in my previous gunsmith video, but I'm going to talk about it again because it's a really good weapon to have. And that is the Amalon Irene RR4 sniper rifle. Now this thing is the same archetype as something like, say, your LDR, your longbow synthesis, or your 1,000-yard stare, but what really makes this weapon special is it is one of the few Year 3 sniper rifles that can still come with shoot to loot and luck in the chamber. In addition to that, you can also get this rolled with a whole bevy of perks, like you can combine it with casket mag, triple tap, and you can have like a 7-round magazine with this thing. It is absolutely ridiculous. It is so much fun to use. This is such a versatile sniper rifle. There are so many different great perk combinations that you can get with this thing. I would definitely recommend that each and every person that is a fan of sniping picks up the Irene RR4. So that's it for the gunsmith. The rest of these are kind of meh. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the vendors in the tower and see what they have. Now over here at Future War Cult, there are two weapons that are definitely worth taking a look at this week. We have the Wounded Scout Rifle, which is honestly my go-to scout rifle right now for PvE. I have a Wounded with a roll very similar to this, and it is my main primary weapon in this game now. I have one for each character, and I absolutely love it. It is such a fantastic workhorse weapon. So looking at this roll, we have Zen Moment, Outlaw, Small Bore, High Caliber Rounds, and Quick Draw. We also have MD Reflex, Range Lens RLR5, as well as OEG. I use the Range Lens RLR5. This is my favorite scope for this particular weapon. I also use mine with high caliber rounds. I also use Outlaw over Small Bore, and then here on mine, I have Firefly, but you have Zen Moment, and Zen Moment is going to just really go perfectly with these other two perks. High caliber rounds will stagger your enemies. Outlaw is going to make you reload much quicker, and Zen Moment is going to make your shots land so easily because of the amount of stability that you're going to have on this weapon. If you need an absolute solid workhorse primary for PvE, then the Wounded this week is definitely worth picking up. In addition to the Wounded Scout Rifle, Future War Cult also has another great weapon that is worth picking up for PvE, and that is going to be the Warpath Rocket Launcher. Now, the Warpath rocket launcher is one of the highest blast radius rocket launchers in the entire game. Its only fallback is that it does come with very slow velocity, and unfortunately, this week we don't really have anything that's going to help that velocity out too much aside from soft launch or hard launch. But what we do have is Cluster Bomb, which is a fantastic PvE perk, especially when there's something going on with a burn. So say, for example, this is solar. If you have a solar burn Nightfall, which you do this week, Cluster Bomb does hella damage. In addition to that, you also have Heavy Payload if you want to boost that blast radius up even more. But what really makes this week's roll special is the combination of Tripod and Field Scout in combination with Cluster Bomb. You're going to have a ton of ammo for this thing. You pair this with a heavy ammo bonus from something like a pair of boots or your chest armor, or combine the two of them, and you're going to have a ton of ammo that you can carry on this thing. And that's why it is worth picking up this week for PvE. Now, I wanted to include something for all of you Crucible fans out there, so the last one that we're going to take a look at this week is going to be the Palindrome. Of course, why wouldn't it be anything different? So this week's Palindrome is a pretty interesting roll. So first off, we have Reactive Reload. Reloading this weapon after a kill grants bonus damage for a short time. What that's going to enable you to do is potentially allow this thing to 2-tap enemies in the Crucible depending on their armor stats. It's a really fun perk to have on this weapon, and it is definitely recommended that you at least try it out to see if you like it. In addition to that, we also have Rifled Barrel and High Caliber Rounds. High Caliber Rounds is a really, really good perk to have on this weapon in the Crucible because it staggers the enemies, and because they're staggered, it is harder for them to return fire on you. But it's really hard to pass on Rifled Barrel because it is one of the best range perks in the game. So this one's going to come down to playstyle and preference. I would personally go with High Caliber Rounds. Over here we have Triple Tap and or Spray and Play, and honestly, if you're building this for Crucible, Triple Tap can be used, but you're going to get a lot more use out of Spray and Play because, let's be honest, you're not going to land every single shot that you fire. It's not going to be a precision shot, not every single time. So Spray and Play, you're going to get much more use out of, and Spray and Play is going to go with Reactive Reload really well. It's going to help you reload faster if you're in a gunfight, and then once that reload is complete, boom, you have that extra bonus damage. And we also have the True Sight IS sight, Fast Draw, and Quick Draw, with True Sight being the best one. It has really good target acquisition, and altogether, guys, you have yourself a very strong Crucible Palindrome this week. Definitely worth checking out if you're a fan of Crucible hand cannons, which seems to be everybody. And that is going to do it for this video, guys. Drop a comment in the box below and let me know if you like this new format where I kind of combined the gunsmith weapons and the weekly vendor weapons all into one video and only showed you the ones that I feel like are must-haves as opposed to the way that I normally do these videos, which is their own individual thing. So that's going to bring this video to an end, guys. Drop a comment in the box below. Let me know what you think of these weapons if you tried them out. If you enjoyed this video, click like. If you're new to the channel, click subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, I fucking love you. Thank you for watching, and take care, guys.